Hi there, welcome to Chesapeake Bites. I'm Chef John Shields, founder of our Common Table. Join us as we travel around the bay, taking tasty bites of all that Chesapeake has to offer. In this series, we present one recipe every Wednesday, demonstrating how you can eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild our local food economy one dish at a time. This week on Chesapeake Bites, we'll prepare an oven-baked chicken stuffed under the skin with a fresh herb butter and roasted fingerling potatoes. Pick your favorite springtime vegetable to complete the meal. I'm not going to make all the decisions for you, for God's sake. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Andy's chicken, and it's going to go right over here. We can get rid of this one, but we'll keep the Pyrex dish. Okay. So the reason we have a yellow thing is because in restaurants and many home cooks will get different color boards. You have red for meat, blue for seafood, yellow for poultry, and then you could just use white, for vegetables and so forth, because you don't want to cross-contaminate anything when you're doing these things. So anyway, that's why we're gonna use that there. Now I think we have some butter here.
Yes, we do.
And then Jason gave me some ideas while he was talking to me. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some herbs and I'm going to put it in the butter. We're going to soften it. I want you to pick what we're going to do to jazz this up.
I'm going to pick,
Let's see what you're going to
say the hot-headed hen.
Okay.
The hot-headed hen on chicken.
Okay.
Well, we got the hen and the chicken. You can't go wrong.
Yes.
For God's sake. So, how much you thinking?
I would do another little pinch.
Another little pinch.
It's a decent sized square.
There we go.
It's a
Nice.
decent size.
All right, we'll put that there.
Okay.
And then I'll just put a few like little fresh herbs that we had cut up earlier. Has some thyme and oregano in it. So we'll just take that and we're going to mix all of that up like so.
And about how much butter was that softened? About a half a cup?
It's about, I'd say about, maybe about 4 tablespoons.
Okay.
You can always be generous with the butter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, if things go wrong, you can't use it all on the chicken, we can do a facial. It's going to be fine, one way or the other. Waste not, want not, I always say. All right, now here I'm going to get on we're going to go into surgery. I'm going to put on, and I'm going to give Mary some gloves too.
Okay.
Because Mary's going to play with the
bird?
fingerling potatoes.
Ooh,
potatoes. While I do that. So,
Yes, sir.
as you can see, we have some beautiful fingerling potatoes, and we cut them in half lengthwise. So what I want to do, Mary, while I'm working on the bird, maybe you can just put a little bit of salt on those and a little bit of your olive oil and just toss them.
Will do.
You don't need a lot, just enough to give that some flavor.
But I remember John in one of our first cooking classes, he said potatoes always need salt.
Always need salt.
Always need salt.
Always need salt.
There's that.
Okay, so while Mary's doing that, taking care of the potatoes, I am taking my finger and going up under the skin of the chicken.
So he's pulling that away from the body of the chicken, and it's actually doable. I've had to do that in a cooking class in Chicago once.
Yeah,
okay.
it may seem
weird,
technical and weird, but
it's
once
not.
you start it, it's really kind of intuitive.
It's
really intuitive. So anyway, I just opened up the skin here, and I'm just going to take the butter and go right in there and rub the butter all inside the chicken like this. Like so, like so, like so. So Mary, you did a great job. Do you think you could put them all on the bottom of the pan?
I think I
Now,
can.
normally if I was going to roast the chicken, I put a rack in the bottom of the pan and cook the chicken on top of the rack, right? All right, we just made a rack of potatoes, which is nothing like that. So there, what we would do. Oh, and also I have that little bowl here. So we made kind of like a wet rub of some of the spices, kind of like the spices that be here. We could put some of those spices in here too. Yeah, sure. Let's throw a little bit in. give us a little continuity there with it.
That's a
Beautiful.
nice little kick to it.
Yes. And then I'm going to take the wet herb mix, really more olive oil in there with herbs and garlic, and we're just going to rub that over top the chicken.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, so pretty.
It smells amazing.
And we'd like to thank Andy from Andy's Eggs, because he does a great job. And,
does.
And
He does have phenomenal products.
he does have wonderful product. All right, so theoretically, what we have here is we have a chicken, right?
Okay.
And we're going to put that right on top. Now, you can do many different things with this chicken. You could stuff it. One of the recipes that I have is stuffed with cornbread. And when you're going to roast the chicken, just think about, you want to roast it for, if it's stuffed, for about 25 minutes a pound. But if it's not, like we're not going to stuff this, about 18 to 20 minutes a pound. Okay. And we roasted it around 400 degrees. And then after it comes out, put a little tent of foil on top of it, and just let it sit for about 10-15 minutes before you do it. And it's amazing. I mean, it's a very simple thing, a roast chicken, but I think it's one of the most beautiful things in cooking and in the culinary world, just a roast chicken with whatever vegetables. And you can also do so many things with it afterwards. So the next day, my grandmother could always get enough off of there to make a chicken salad. And then 2 days later, somehow she was able to put it all into a big pot, the carcass and whatever is left, and make a chicken soup, and she made noodles, and so you can get like 3 to 4 big meals out of the chicken. And you don't have to go to the grocery store and get your breast or get your legs or whatever. You got one thing here, the way it always has been, and you can really stretch that whole
Chicken pot
thing
pie.
out. All right, so through the magic and chicken pot pie
I'm going to put this in the magic oven.
Put it in the magic oven. And now, from the magic of television, we have, ladies and gentlemen, a roasted chicken with the potatoes, with all
Looks
the
beautiful.
chicken fat. You might want to have one.
All right.
I'd say
Oh
no.
my God.
Is it good?
Uh-huh.
That is very, very good.
That's like scary good. So anyway, there you go.
I agree. That's excellent.
You have your chicken, you have your potatoes. You could, especially in the spring, make a great big thing of asparagus on the side, and you have a complete dinner. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you got some ideas to recreate in your own kitchen and learned a little something along the way. For more information on our common table and our mission to eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild the local food economy one dish at a time, check out our website and join us on social media.